All right, we are live and we are talking fantasy football right now. Ooh, I got to change this over, don't I? Because we are no video. Camera. It is not that, it is that. Hello, everybody. All right, we are live. All right, let me know. Baker Mayfield or Brock Purdy? I'd go Brock Purdy. It's a better matchup, and Mayfield has not been putting up the points. You can throw against the Rams. Sam 2213. Let's see here. Hold on. Drake London, Devontae Adams. Here, Drake London could be the start because Mooney looks like he might be hurt. Devontae Adams, McConkey, Juwan Jennings. Wow, that is quite a handful. Let me just look up those players real quick, and I'll get right to you. What is going on here? My chat is going. Please try not to spam, only because it makes everything crazy on the chat. So, all right. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit follow. I'll probably be live tomorrow too. So let me just look up the players real quick. London, who has not been putting up a lot of points, but it looks like Mooney might be hurt. So Devontae, okay, where are we going here? We're all over. Cup or Jennings. I like Cup because he is a little bit more consistent, but Jennings probably has a little bit higher ceiling. So if you want consistent, I would go with Cup. If you want that higher ceiling or you need a higher ceiling, I would go with Jennings. I mean, Jennings in like week 4 got 40 points against the Rams. So he did off the charts. It's saying Drake London and Juwan Jennings. Drake London and Juwan Jennings, because of the matchup. Vegas is not very good against wide receivers. And like I said, Mooney is not going to be part of it. And I would go Juwan Jennings on those two. All right. Start Stroud, Russ, or AR. Aaron Rodgers, I would not start. Let's just see. Russell Wilson. Oh, I can't spell Wilson, huh? I'm on my computer tonight. That means I'm not going to have a lot of live viewers, I don't think. I don't know what's going on. Whenever I'm on my computer, I bought the computer just because everything else has. Yeah, CJ Stroud. I'd go CJ Stroud against Miami. Russell Wilson going to have a long day against Philadelphia. All right. Any questions? Don't forget to hit that like button on YouTube. And also, we have, 431 likes. Let's get the 500 likes on TikTok. And don't forget to hit follow on TikTok or subscribe on YouTube. I go live almost every single day. I like to say it so dramatically because no Gray or Kincaid. Oh, no. No, not this again. Am I glitching, guys? God. All right. Hold on one second. Garendo, Thielen, DJ Moore, flex. Well, oh, you know what? Let me look up Garendo. Is he playing for sure? I know he's trying to, but let me just see. Where are we at here? What? What's going on here? All right. Not sure if you answered mine. Dang it. It buffered for me. I'll have to look and see which one it is. Right now, I'm looking up Garendo, seeing if he is. It's not quite 90 minutes before kickoff, is it? What's going on with this? Let me just see. Wow. Okay, that's Isaac Garendo. Let's see. Garendo remains listed as questionable for Thursday's game against the Ram, but insists he feels good and plans to play, sources tell Adam Schefter. Oh, that was from this morning. We still don't know if Grendo is a sure thing to play, so we'll have to watch for that. Okay, the chat on TikTok's moving or something's moving. Let me just try to get back here. Colby, confident in Kyler Murray or go with Stafford tonight? Stafford or Kyler Murray? I'll look at that real quick. I know I got to get to this stuff quickly because yeah, I would go Kyler Murray against New England. It's a better matchup for Kyler Murray. All right, Noah Gray and Dalton Kincaid. Start one, sit one. Okay. All you have to do is say start one. I know you'll probably sit the other one. Whew. I'm not taking shots. I'm just saying, like, I get it. And I'm just trying to work fast here. I'm trying to help as many people as I can. Huh. They're actually saying Dalton Kincaid over Noah Gray, but I actually think Noah Gray going against Kansas City and the fact that Dalton, let's see what the Lions do against tight ends. The Lions are number 1 against tight ends. So I would actually go Noah Gray because Cleveland against tight ends is last in the NFL and the Lions are first. So it's a way better matchup for Noah Gray. Although people will probably say, oh, well, Kelsey will get that. Well, Noah Gray's been putting up 7 points almost every single week. So let me just see here. He only had 4.6 against the Chargers, huh? 7, 20, 16. He might have gone back down to the middle. Yeah, because of that, I'm probably leaning towards Kincaid because it looks like Noah Gray has gone back down. What are your fantasy questions? If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Garendo, A. Jones, or Doddle? Well, okay, hold on 1 second. Who was that? Everything's moving so quickly here on my chat on TikTok. Garendo, A. Jones, or Doddle? Grendo, we don't know for sure if he's going to play. We got to wait 90 minutes before game time. I'll keep trying to check that. I like Doddle's matchup against the Panthers, though, so I would go that way. However, the Bears against the run, I'm talking about Aaron Jones now. The Bears against the run, I should know these. They're pretty bad against the run. They're tied for 29th. They give up 25.2. So, and the Panthers are 25th. They give up 20. So actually, Aaron Jones has a 5-point swing against who he's playing. So because of that, I would go with Aaron Jones. But quite honestly, if you wanted to go with Jones or Doddle, they both should have good games. It's just that the matchup between the two really favors Jones because the Bears give up 25.2 points to running backs in fantasy over the last 4 weeks. All right, Josh, start 2. Jennings, Davante Adams, or Wilson? Okay, let me just look that up real quick. Jennings, Davante Adams, or Wilson? Obviously, you mean Garrett Wilson. One time I actually got somebody was asking about quarterbacks. I'm like, Garrett Wilson. I couldn't think of Russell Wilson. Like I get real literal for whatever reason. Jennings. Okay, right now between those two, right? Wait, who is Wilson, Jennings, and Adams? Yeah, I'd go Juwan Jennings on that one, Josh. I would go Juwan Jennings. Oh, start 2. Okay, I would go Juwan Jennings and Davante Adams over Garrett. Knuckles, Cooper Kupp or Adam Thielen? Huh, that's a tough one. What did Cooper Kupp get against? God, they have to search the player over to the right now on Yahoo. It's so weird. Because they played each other earlier this season. What did Coop get against San Francisco? Okay, he didn't play. He was injured, so that does not. But I mean, the thing about Cooper Kupp is 13, 15, 11.5, 25, 16. He laid that big fat egg against New Orleans, but he came back last week against Buffalo and got 17. if it were me, the way I think about it is Adam Thielen's been doing great. He's been playing well against good teams, but so has Cooper Kupp. He's played against Philadelphia, got 16 points. He's played against Buffalo, he got 17 points. I think that Cooper Kupp would be my pick, Knuckles, on this one. I would pick Cooper Kupp over Adam Thielen, even though, San Francisco isn't a bad team defensively. All right. Anarv Supra asks Neighbors or Garendo. If Garendo plays, I would definitely do Garendo. Neighbors isn't putting up, great points, but you do obviously have to worry about that. So let me just see here. And my chat moved again. Any questions over on YouTube? Let me know, please. Why is the camera not working? Oh my God. Hold on one second. This stupid camera. Oh, it's on FaceTime. What's going on? Okay, well, I guess on YouTube it's not picking up my camera feed. Oh well, whatever. All right. Braylon Allen, Tracy, or Pacheco. Allen could have a decent game. Probably Pacheco on this one because Tracy, I got to figure out. I'm on two different computers. Tracy goes up against Baltimore. Now, Baltimore isn't as good against the run as they used to be. Braylon Allen. This chat moves so fast. Pacheco. Who was the other one? Oh, come on. Allen, Tracy, and Pacheco. Yeah. They're probably going to say Pacheco. Yeah. They're saying Pacheco. I think Pacheco, he's played in 2 games, Pacheco, and he's had seven carries, 14 carries. I'm assuming he's going to get 20 this week. And so he'll be about at 100% as the carries he was last year. Now, I've been hearing things before that they might be just keeping him good enough so that they can play him in the playoffs and he'll be fresh. I'm not sure about that. So I would go with Pacheco. I do think he's a solid. He probably gets you 10 to 13 points this week because I do think his carries will be around or over 20 because he's, like I said, he's gone 7, 14. Hey, Marcelo's here. One of my valuable subscribers. Purdy or Darnold this week, please. Yeah, let me see here. I'm really liking what Darnold's been doing against the Bears. The Bears against quarterbacks. Let's just look that up real quick. They're 23rd. The Rams are 31st. They give up 27.8. The Bears give up 23.6. However, you got to figure that Darnold's been playing so well that I would go with Darnold. It's a good matchup either way, really, for Purdy or Darnold. But I think Darnold's been playing really well. And that offense with San Francisco, I don't know if it's on fire quite the way that the Minnesota offense is. So that's the one thing that worries me. But hey, Nathaniel, my dad is working. Okay, so okay, it's fine. Don't worry about it, dude. Don't forget to hit that like button. We're on YouTube and TikTok. Hit that like button. We're over 1,000. Also, don't forget to follow me. One important thing is to follow me because I go live every single day and I'm live on my computer, which for some reason it's very bizarre and I don't understand this. When I'm on my phone, for TikTok, I get a lot more live viewers. When I'm on my computer, I get a lot less viewers. I don't understand that, but tonight I wanted to try my computer. I haven't tried it in about a week because the numbers have been so much better on my phone, but it's easier. Hey, Beto's here. I thought I saw you, buddy. Good luck tonight. I hope everything goes well. If you have any players, it's the algorithm. It's got to be the algorithm, dude. It's got to be it's so weird. When I'm on my computer, I get half the people I get on my phone. It's just the weirdest thing in the world. All right. George Little, obviously mean Kittle, or McBride. Okay, let's look this up. McBride was listed as injured early. Oh, God. McBride only has 1 D in it. I should know that. I do know that. Okay. Was limited in practice Thursday. McBride is so far operating with a cap on his reps during week 15 prep, and I'll have one more chance Friday to get back to full participation before at least 3 games. For Sunday's contest against the Patriots. Yeah, I mean, McBride's been putting up really good numbers, but he has this knee injury. And let's just see, where's Kittle been? How's his health? Kittle. Oh, come on. Well, what the heck? Hold on a second. My computer is everything is acting up on me. Hey, Nathaniel, Nicholas, should I start Mike Evans, Jennings, or McBride? Well, McBride might be hurt, Nicholas. I would go Jennings. I know he plays tonight, but you can pass against the Rams. And I think Jennings has good chemistry compared to the other three. Evans has not been as consistent coming back. Jalen McMillan caught a pass. I think their offense is different than when Evans was healthy earlier in the season. All right, if you're on TikTok, guys, you don't have to spam me. I will get to it. We have a few people online. We don't have hundreds of people online, so you don't have to spam me. Okay, Lions. Oh, the Lions defense, though. Okay, Harrison Shirky. Okay, thanks for the input per usual. Same thoughts as me. All right, thank you, Nicholas. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I go live every day. I can answer your questions. I don't know why my photo isn't or my image isn't appearing on the video on TikTok, but at least I haven't muted myself. All right, I'm jumping all over. I'm trying to help everybody out. Harrison Shirky, Garendo or Stevenson. I would go Garendo if he plays. He's saying that he's going to be able to play. Therefore, I think he's going to be able to play. Stevenson is so reliant on getting a touchdown that I would go with Garendo if he plays. Nix or Purdy, I would go Purdy. You can throw against the Rams. He had a good week last week. I think this week and next week. Let's see, who do they play? They play the Rams, Miami, Detroit. So I think the Rams and Miami, I think Purdy is pretty good start over the next 2 weeks. So yeah, I think you should start Purdy. Niners or Lions defense. Well, the Rams can score a lot, and the Bills can score a lot. I guess it really comes down to, let me look both of them up. Lions, I'll just look them up and tell you which one. It's going to be one of those that I think is kind of close, because the Lions what's going on? Something just happened. My computer is all acting up. I should have restarted it before I got on, guys. I'm sorry about that. Daniel Barry Sports is here. Hey, what's up, my man? And 49ers. All right. Wait, what's going on? What is going on? Oh my God. My computer is not acting right. Oh, San Francisco. Yeah, I'd go San Francisco. I think Buffalo could put up a lot of points either way. So, hey, Nathaniel, what's up, buddy? He's saying hi to Daniel. All right. I don't know the name. I cannot. Okay. Devontae Adams. Hold on. This guy is posted a lot. It could be considered spam, but I'm not going to call it spam. Devontae Adams, Tyreek Shakir, Jaden Reed. Pick 3. Okay, well, let me tell you. I will pick 3. Adams, Tyreek, Shakir. I just want to make sure. And Jaden Reed. I'm a disaster tonight. Yeah, I would go. I would actually go Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, and Khalil Shakir. I really look. What was it last Thursday? Not tonight, obviously, but I think last Thursday when Green Bay played, Jaden Reed got 0 points. I have a hard time endorsing him for anything when he gets 0 points. So I would go Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, and Khalil Shakir. All right. Pranav Madali, Jennings, Brian Robinson, or Charbonnet. Choose one. Oh, wait. Where did you just go? Okay, there you go. Brian Robinson is really consistent. Okay. The way I look at it is to me, it would be between Robinson and Charbonnet, but you got to make sure that Walker doesn't play if you want to play Charbonnet. Um, I think Brian Robinson is very consistent. He might not have the ceiling, obviously, that Charbonnet, meaning he won't score necessarily as many points as Charbonnet, but he would be the one that I would start, to get like 13 points. But if you really need to win and you need the extra points, I would go with Charbonnet because he does come with him after last week a higher ceiling when he on scoring. Uh, it's Rob O. I guess that's what it is. JSN, MHJ, or Jerry Judy. Well, Jerry Judy to me is the safe choice. If you want to roll the dice and go a little riskier, you can with JSN. It's just a matter of time before DK Metcalf becomes part of that offense in Seattle, but JSN has been doing very well. Judy has been doing very well. I don't think Judy's going to have, 30 or 40 points like he did a couple weeks ago, but last week I believe he scored 14 points. I think that's what you'll see with Judy going against Kansas City. I think Kansas City's going to make things tough on Jameis Winston, but you can pass against them. But if you want a little higher ceiling, I would go JSN. He's done it. He's done it recently, so it shouldn't be a surprise. All right. Don't forget, everybody, hit that follow button. I go live every single day. I'm happy to answer your questions. We have about 1,200 likes on TikTok. Let's get that up. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe, and also don't forget to hit like. All right, let's see where we're at here on. All right, thanks, Pookie. You're welcome, Pookie. Durig Sensei, pick two: Shakir, Cook, Garendo, Addison, Flowers. Well, Garendo may or may not play. I'm going to have to check that in a little bit. We're probably approaching 90 minutes before game time in about 10 minutes. So I'll start looking for that. But if Garendo doesn't play, I would definitely go Addison and Cook. Shakir's a little inconsistent. Flowers is very inconsistent. Cook should put up some points. Let me just say, against Detroit against the run. Where are we at here? Oh, is Detroit number one against the run? Oh, yeah, they are. Okay. I would definitely go Addison. Cook has to play the number one team against the run, but that doesn't mean, he'll be boxed out. I mean, he will get points. I just worry, and first of all, we got to know if Grendo plays. If Grendo plays, I would maybe consider Grendo and Addison because Cook has a really tough matchup against Detroit, and Flowers is insecure, and Shakir, while he's had some good weeks, they have a lot of people to throw to, and I don't think he's been nearly as consistent as we would like. Hold on one second. Let me look up Shakir real quick. Yeah, 19, 5, 11, 8. So he had one good week. 11's not bad, but it's just average. 19 is great. But he had 5 points against San Francisco. He had 8 against Indy and 11 against Kansas City. So, yeah, I don't know that I would go with Shakir in that situation. I think I answered that. So I was picking 2, right? Should I play Sincere McCormick over Kenneth Walker? I would not play Sincere McCormick over Kenneth Walker, but but I don't know that Walker's going to play. So that's an issue. So if all you have is Sincere, then you're kind of out of luck, if you know what I mean. What's it say here? Reddit said Wednesday that McCormick will start Monday's game against the Falcons, even if Madison is cleared to play. Blah, 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 blah. Pierce said Madison. Yeah, I mean, you look at McCormick and he had 15 carries, 9 yards, or 9 points. I just don't think McCormick puts up enough points to do so. Blizzard, bro. Is there a blizzard tonight? Is that the deal? No. It's the San Francisco versus 5 against San Francisco was in a blizzard. What? 5 against San Francisco was in a blizzard. I don't know what that means. San Francisco can't be having a blizzard right now. I got Judy on the bench, but I got Evans, Ridley, Adams, and McLaurin starting. Should I change it? I would swap out Judy for Ridley or Judy for Evans. Judy's been more consistent than both Evans and Ridley over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Adams has been doing fine. McLaurin is like a machine. Him and Robinson Jr. are very steady. Let's just say that they're very steady. All right. What do we have over at YouTube? All right, not too many people. We have sideline fans moderator. Oh my goodness. If any of you guys are interested in what? Oh yeah. We have a fantasy basketball league. It's on the screen. It's one of the reasons why I did it on the computer. It's down below. You can use the QR code to sign up for it. Please do so. It doesn't cost anything to join. And if you win a free 12 count brand new golf balls. This is not going to show up because it's green, isn't it? And they're Rhino 305, which is actually my brand of golf balls that I make. So you will get that free if you win. And it's fan. And the draft is this Sunday, the 15th. And all you have to do is just sign up. You don't even have to really do it live because you can set your order and just let the computer pick your guys. There is a sideline fans fantasy basketball league that is free. Okay, Charlie, who should I star out of these four? Adams, Thielen, Khalil Shakir, Brian Robinson, and James Cook. Cook has a tough matchup. I would go Brian Robinson if you're just one person. If you're worried about Brian Robinson, I would go Adam Thielen because it's a good matchup against Dallas. Right, he plays Dallas, right? Yeah. But I would go Brian Robinson because they go up against New Orleans. It's a good matchup, and the guy almost always gets like 13 points. He's like money. He's very solid and steady. So, all right, don't forget we're at 1492 likes. We got to get it over 1500, and then we're going to work on 2000. We have a bunch of people online. Let me get through your questions here. Jacoby Myers, JSN, Evans, choose one. I would go Jacoby Myers. And the reason I'm saying Jacoby Myers is the Falcons in the last 4 weeks averaged the lowest number, or in the last 4 weeks, the Falcons have given up the most points to wide receivers on average per game, and that's 38.5. So I gotta figure that Jacoby Myers is going to have a really decent game. Now he might not go off and get 35 points, but he probably. I mean, the Falcons on average give up 38.5 points to wide receivers over the last 4 weeks. All right, the next highest team is 29. That's a difference of 9 points. So even if 1 week was, where they gave like 100 up or something crazy like that, you still got to figure that, Myers is going to get you at least 15. So Cole asked, Garendo or Lad McConkey? Look, Garendo is still a game time decision and McConkey is injured. Let me see if there's anything new on Garendo. Probably not, but we're almost 90 minutes out. So they should be getting close to releasing something. Yeah. I don't have anything new on Garendo. So it'll probably be another 10 minutes or so because we're right now, I think, just 90 minutes out. And it's usually like technically 80 minutes out because they're about 10 minutes late. If Garendo would play, I would put Garendo in, but McConkey is still injured, right? Oh, why did I do that? Shoot. Let me look up Lad. I think Lad's still injured, right? Yeah, he's still questionable. Remains limited at practice Thursday. Who was inactive, blah, 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 blah. The wideout figures to approach this weekend's game against the Buccaneers with an injury designation. And McConkey isn't able versus Tampa Bay fellow. Yeah, Quentin Johnson will probably be more valuable if McConkey can't go. It's too early to know. Right now, they're basically saying it's too early to tell whether or not Lad McConkey will play. So, all right, we're over 1,500 on the likes. Let's get to 2,000 now, all right? 2,000 likes. Would you rather own Tillman or Downs? Can I trade both of them? I'm just kidding, honey bun. Tillman faked me out. He was putting up some really good numbers, and then one of the games he just laid an egg. Now he's questionable. Was limited to practice Thursday. Was limited Wednesday. Chance, oh, he had a concussion. I mean, he had 14, 25, 16. Then he had 6, then 1.8, and he's been out the last 2 games. He goes against Kansas City, and you got to figure that Tillman, where did that go? I'd go, okay, Xander, I would go Jacoby Myers over JSN and Evans. Let's see. Tay's here. Moderator pinned a comment. Oh, you pinned a comment. I missed it. I was going to ask if you think Isaac Guerrero is a risky play because of the injury. Look, if he's able to play, he's going to play. I've been thinking about this all day. If you're worried about his injury or him re-injuring himself and coming out of the game, I wouldn't play him at all. It kind of depends on how bad you need a running back at this point. To be honest with you, I have him on 2 teams, and on one of the teams, I have him playing, and on the other team, he's still on my bench because of the injury. I have Rico Dottle on the one team, and so I'm just going to play Rico Dottle and not worry about his injury. On the other hand, Tay, thank you very much for the fest burst and the rose. I'm just now seeing this. Thank you very much. Hey, moderator, Mr. Nathaniel, if you can repost what he sent, that would make my life purely great. Leaving the field. Okay, I have him on my flex. I have Henry and Chase Brown. Okay, I'm answering it. That's right. I just think that, yeah, Henry and Chase Brown. I do get the feeling, there is a chance that he re-injures it, because it's a foot thing. You might run the wrong way, get tackled the wrong way, bend your foot the wrong way when you get tackled, and everything's messed up. If you're worried about that and you don't have another running back, you would have to go with another flex then, in my mind. What was your original question? Tay on my flex. Okay. Tay, leaving the field early, etc. I was going to ask if you think Isaac Rendell's a risky play because of the injury. To me, it depends on how bad you need him. Like if you have somebody else on your roster that has a chance of putting up a good amount of points, but maybe they're less, like they're more of a conservative pick. And, because Guerrero put up 25 points and everybody's sort of licking their chops to get 25 points, But if you have someone like Brian Robinson Jr., who puts up not 25, but like 13, 14 points on a regular basis, or Guerrero, I would play Brian Robinson, just like I'm playing Rico Dottle over Guerrero. But on the other team, I have no one else to play. I have Walker, who has been miserable over the last few weeks, obviously with Charbonnet. And so I'm playing Guerrero, or I'm going to plan to, unless the report comes out that he's not playing, then I'll have to change. So it's kind of a case-by-case basis. It's close. Look, it's close enough that you could start him. However, you and I both know, and anyone else out there watching knows, that he might re-injure that, or he might come out early, kind of the way Bucky Irving did last week, which hurt a couple of my teams because I had him starting. So yeah, it's a real thing. Once they're injured, you worry about that injury again. DJ Moore, James Cook, Aaron Jones, start 2. Cook has a tough matchup. Okay. Cook has a really, really tough matchup. Of course, I can't find it. God, I'm like blind. Yeah. Cook has a real tough matchup. I don't love that matchup. Where did you go? Where? Yeah. I would go DJ Moore because up against Minnesota, he's done well, and Caleb Williams has. And I would go Aaron Jones. They're both playing in the same game, so that game is even more important to you. Patrick Taylor plays him or Jordan Addison. That's a great question. I would probably, if I had Jordan Addison, I would play Jordan Addison, only because, Patrick Taylor might not be the second coming of Isaac Guerrero. He might, put up 7 points. He's completely unknown. We can't assume. I always use this as an example, and I'm just going to use it again. Don't forget to hit that like button. We're at 3,400. Let's get to 3,500. And don't forget to hit follow. I go live every day. And if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe and like. But I always use that example. I would be more comfortable starting Myers over Guerrero. The way I look at it is, remember Cam Akers was playing for Houston earlier in the year. Mixon got hurt. They gave the job essentially to Cam Akers. He did not do well running the ball. Okay. And then he did so poorly that they ended up trading him back to Minnesota. And now he returns kickoffs and punts and sometimes runs with the ball. Okay. So is Taylor going to be Cam Akers or is he going to be more Isaac Guerendo? We just don't know. And that's the thing that kind of scares me about it. I don't want to endorse, oh yeah, you can put Taylor in. Again, it's a case by case basis. If you have no one else to play, you kind of have to play Taylor. And if you want to make yourself feel better, you can't. You're going to have to just kind of roll with it. But if you have, like I said, a Brian Robinson Jr., maybe not Swift. I don't think that he's been putting up good numbers with Chicago. But if you have like a Tyrone Taylor, if you have Rico Dottle, I would play him in front of Taylor. So, all right. Don't forget to hit that follow button, everybody, on TikTok. I really needed that drink. Let's see where we at now. I really do like doing TikToks on my phone. Okay, Guerendo or Pollard? Pollard is hurt, John Duran. So let's look up Pollard real quick because I was looking at him earlier today to see, what might have changed. He's listed as questionable. He didn't practice today after popping up on Wednesdays. And it was one of those things that he was on the injury report during practice, which oftentimes is a bad sign. Okay, wait. We'll need to get on the field. So essentially, he didn't practice today. So you got to hope that he practices tomorrow. If Pollard doesn't practice tomorrow, I think you said Guerendo or Pollard. You almost have to go with Guerendo tonight because you might not have an option with Pollard. He might be out and not able to play unless you can pick somebody up, and that would change. Okay, 549. Guerendo is listed as active Thursday against the Rams. Lindsey Paler's 49ers official site. Guerendo came out of this past Sunday's win versus the Bears with a sprained foot. So Guerendo is listed as active for Thursday night's game. That's relatively big news for everybody in fantasy. So Guerendo will play tonight. So you got to, I think it was Tay. Yeah, he's had that ankle every week. Yeah, I mean, sometimes these guys just have nagging injuries. What do you know about Mike Evans not practicing? Would Myers be a viable option instead of him? Yeah, Myers has a good matchup because the Falcons are so bad against pass or against wide receivers. So I would highly consider going with Jacoby Myers. I think he's going to put up a solid game. Now, he might not get 25, but he'll probably get you 14 or 13 to 16, let's just say. DJ Moore or Juwan Jennings, I would probably go Juwan Jennings. I know it's tonight. Moore did very well against Minnesota, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Caleb Williams did very good against Minnesota 2 or 3 weeks ago. However, Chicago did not look good last week with their new interim head coach. So, yeah, I would go Juwan Jennings on that one. Adams or Kupp? I would go Kupp. He's going to put up points. Connor London Jennings. Well, let me see. Connor London Jennings. London might have a good week because Mooney is on the injury. Connor London Jennings. A lot of people have Jennings, man. I think every third question has Jennings involved. Yeah, I would go James Conner because of the matchup against New England. I would go James Conner on that one. Kamara or Gibbs? Well, let me see. How's Kamara been doing? We're not even at 6 o'clock, huh? Oh, Kamara's listed as questionable. Everybody's questionable. Is dealing with an illness. The bad news is that it's his second straight missed practice with said illness. Yeah. I would go with Gibbs because over the last 4 weeks, and Kamara has this illness, which maybe it's the flu or something. He's had 10, 13, 10, 13, and Gibbs has been much more consistent getting, 13. Let me just double check here. Come on. My computer's well, they had 16, 9, 23, 18. Yeah, I mean, the 9 isn't great, but they play Buffalo. I think Gibbs should probably get you know, 12 to 16 points, maybe 11 to 16, 11 to 15 points. Gibbs probably should get you. So I think he's a safe bet there. All right. Let's see. 5,200 likes. Thank you guys. All right. Thank you, Ron, for blessing me. I appreciate it. What do you think about Garrett Wilson? All right. Garrett Wilson obviously was having some struggles and has put up a few points recently. Hold on one second. My computer is just all right. He had 14 points against Miami, but then he only had 6 against Seattle, 3 against Indy, 6. So my hope is going up against Jacksonville, which is, a pretty bad team, that Wilson, maybe he doesn't put up 14, maybe, or 14.9. Maybe he can put up somewhere between, well, 11 to 14, 11 to 15, 12 to 15, somewhere in there. Again, in a 10-team league, and I haven't said this yet, I can't believe it, but in a 10-team league, one of my formulas is you want your wide receivers, running backs, and flex to get 13 or more points. And that's what, Wilson did last week. And my thought is he'll probably be able to do that this week. All right, Daniel, here's the thing. Isaac Guerendo, Brian Robinson, or Jennings. Guerendo has been cleared to play. He's active for tonight's game. However, because you have Brian Robinson Jr., I want to put this out there. Brian Robinson Jr. to me is a safety net. He's steady. He's going to get you 13 points or right around there, give or take 2 points. Okay. Isaac Guerendo could get 20 points like he did last week or 25 or whatever it was. He could come out of the game early because of that foot injury. And I'm not projecting. I'm just saying a foot injury is kind of a different thing. It was a foot sprain, I think they said it was. So my worry is that he pulls a Bucky Irving and plays a quarter or two, and then they pull him out of the game and he gets 7 points. If you need him, you can play him. But the fact that you have Brian Robinson Jr., I would mentally feel better if it was my team and just put Brian Robinson as my starter. That's what I would do there. All right, JSN or Evans. Look, JSN has been putting up some really good points week in and week out. I don't know. I have a hard time going against that. What is going on here? Hold on a second, guys. My computer is slowing down. Don't forget to hit that like button on TikTok or YouTube. Also, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that follow button on TikTok. I go live every day, and I'm pretty sure I'll be live tomorrow. I don't think a big nerd dork guy like me will have anything to do on a Friday night. Although I think last Friday or 2 Fridays ago, I actually had something to do. And last Saturday I had something to do. So hey, look, I'm becoming more social. But okay, now I'm confused. What am I looking up? I always do this. It's my ADD. Let's see. It wasn't Debo Samuel. Sincere McCormick or Debo Samuel. Oh, JSN, that's it. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. My computer's annoying me tonight. I apologize. I don't want to be a little whiner. He's at 17, 9.9, 16, 16, 33, 9.9. The 9.9 is average at best. You round up to 10. But in the last, let's just say 4 weeks, he's had over 13 points 3 of the 4 weeks. They go up against Green Bay. Now, they haven't played Green Bay. Green Bay against wide receivers is pretty good. They get 18.6 points. They give up 18.6 points to wide receivers the last 4 weeks on average. So it'll be a little bit tougher matchup. The reason why I'm leaning towards JSN is Metcalf has not been putting up the points, and specifically to your team, Evans has not. Well, and hold on. My computer is really letting me down tonight, guys. I apologize. I really do. It's jumping all over the place. I don't know what's going on. I guess everybody's online with their fantasy teams. Okay. It also says that he has a hamstring injury. Predates the Buccaneers week 11 by the veteran received open last week. Now, he missed 2 practices before logging a limited session on Friday and ultimately being removed from the team's final injury report. We'd expect him to follow a similar path for 15. But here's the problem. The last 2 weeks, Evans has gone 9 and 4.4 points. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's wrong. That was before he got injured. The last 3 weeks, after his bye, he's gone 9, 21, and 8.9. He's not been consistent. It probably has a lot to do with that hamstring. So that's why I'm not loving that hamstring. All right, let's see where we at. Garendo or Cook? I would go Garendo. Cook has a tough day against Detroit. Pick 2. Malik Neighbors, Tyreek Hill, Garrett Wilson. I would actually go Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I'd go definitely Tyreek Hill. I think that offense is finally coming alive. And Garrett Wilson because they play Jacksonville. Garendo or Cook, I answered, right? I said Garendo. Brees, Hall, or Isaac Garendo, I would go Garendo. Black Dot. Hey, Black Dot's here. I didn't even know you were here. I'm sorry, Black Dot. I did not roll out the red carpet. I'm sorry. Okay. Now follow up. Do I start Malik or Garendo at flex? I would start Garendo at flex. I just don't think Malik Neighbors, I don't think that offense is any good. And they're going up against Baltimore, right? Isn't that it? I'm actually remembering some of this stuff. Usually I don't. What is going on? Yeah, they go up against Baltimore. Believe it or not, Baltimore against wide receivers is the toughest team in the NFL over the last 4 weeks, which is crazy because 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, let's say, they were the worst team in the NFL for wide receivers. Now they're the best team for the NFL over the last 4 weeks. So that just tells you how crazy it is. Trenton asked Isaac Garendo or Jalen Warren. Look, you got to go Garendo. Najee Harris is healthy, so Warren's not going to get a lot of snaps. Although I think they do not use Harris enough. He never gets the ball down by the goal line. Yeah, I mean, Warren's been okay, but yeah, I would go Garendo, Pacheco, or Jones. Well, the safe bet here is Pacheco because he goes up against Cleveland. And even Aaron Jones, let me just see. Jones plays Chicago, and the Bears are really bad. You could Aaron Jones has a good matchup. The Bears give up 25.2 points on average to running backs. So I'm actually leaning towards Aaron Jones out of the 3 of them. If you want to go safe pick and you just feel good about it, I would go with Pacheco. The one thing about it is if you look at his number of carries, hey, Ryder's here, you'll be next. If you look at Pacheco, his first week back, he had 7 carries. Last week, he had 14 carries. I expect him to get 20 carries, and that's about where he was last year. And if you look at Hunt, I mean, this offense is not dynamic. They don't have 70 different plays. I think Hunt on a good week would have 25 carries once or twice or 3 times this season when Pacheco was injured. So if he can go 20, 21, 22 carries, that's almost full time for him. What would be normal. So I look for Pacheco. Remember, Pacheco is more in line with like a Brian Robinson Jr. He's not necessarily the type of guy like a Saquon Barkley that's going to give you 35 points. They have other people they can pass to when they're in the red zone, but they might pass to him a couple times, but he's going to run a lot. He's going to put up, when he's going full time, he'll put up somewhere between, 11 to 14 points on a regular basis. All right, Ryder, should I start Isaac Garendo? And that's been the big question all night. The way I look at it is this: how bad do you need a running back or someone in a flex? Like, for instance, if your team had Jordan Addison, I would maybe say, hey, look for Jordan Addison. It's a pretty good matchup against the Bears. You could do that. Maybe if you had T. Higgins, maybe I wouldn't do that. Or maybe I would do the same thing. Now, if you have to start him at running back and you have no other running backs, or you have like canine, Kenneth Walker, he's not putting up good numbers. And because of that, I would put Garendo in at running back. If you have no other options, I would go with Garendo. If you have options, Ryder, and I don't know, let me know if you have options, but I would go, maybe with that option, because the one thing that scares me, and I think Tay brought it up. I think it was Tay. I'll give him all the credit. I think Tay brought it up earlier that you worry about like a foot injury like that with a running back, especially. So one of my thoughts with that is you don't want him to be Bucky Irving, where he came out in the first half last week and got like, I don't know, 5 or 6 points or some low number, that, or three, or something crazy low that you were not expecting from Bucky Irving. So you don't want that to happen. But if you have no other choices, you're going to have to play him. He's at least has a high ceiling. Hopefully he won't re-injure it. Okay, Josh Jacobs versus Chuba Hubbard. Very good question. Hubbard goes up against Dallas. Dallas is 22nd. Green Bay plays Seattle. The Seahawks against the run are 9th. So the best matchup is Chuba. The Cowboys averaged 19 even points over the last 4 weeks to running backs, and Seattle averages 15. So it's a difference of 14, or not 14, 4 points. So I would go with Chuba Hubbard. He's been putting up like 19, 22 points. I think he had a bad week 2 weeks ago, but beyond that, he's been doing pretty good. And that's when Brooks had a few more carries, yada, yada, yada. All right, user 843 has a longer question here. If you hit that like button, we're at 8,300 likes. Don't forget to hit follow on TikTok. I go live every day. Oh, Dylan's here. I'll look for Dylan. I think I said someone's name. No, Garendo or JT? I would go Garendo. JT's been very inconsistent. I worry that I say JT and he doesn't put up any points, Dylan. Let me just see here. Come on, man. My computer is really annoying me tonight. I apologize, guys. They play Denver. Denver against the run. Am I on running back? Denver, 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 Denver. Come on, where's Denver? Come on. The Bronx. Oh, they're number 5. Yeah, I would go Pacheco. That was the option, right, Dylan? I would go Garendo over JT, and then you're asking JT, or you're asking Shakir or Garendo. That's a really good question. Is this the same Dylan? I guess it is. Yeah. Oh, you guys love these two-parters, don't you? Just when I thought I had the question answered. Okay, no, I'm just teasing. I'm teasing. I'm trying to be funny. I'm not very funny, but I'm trying to be. All right, Shakir or Garendo? Let me look that up. Let me look that up. Oh, Shakir plays Detroit, and because of that, I would still go with Garendo. I think Detroit is, what are they? Well, against the run, they're number 1, but against wide receivers, they're 13. They give up 20.2, and against quarterbacks, which is kind of how wide receivers get their points, because they throw, the Lions are number 1. I think it's going to be a long, long day for Josh Allen. I'm not saying that Detroit's definitely going to win. I would like for them to win, because growing up, Detroit was a laughing stock in the NFL, and I love the fact that they're really good. And with a guy that was, probably hates the Rams. I'm from St. Louis. I kind of hate the Rams because, they went back to LA. They were an LA team. I'm fine with that. I just didn't like how Stan Kroenke, the owner, totally made St. Louis out to look like bad guys. So yeah, I would go with wrong mouse. Hold on. I'd go Garendo. I would go Garendo. All right. That was Dylan, right? I think that was Dylan. Yeah, that was Dylan. I'm just seeing if, okay. Aiden Aiden, I thought you were one of my subscribers. Oh well, doesn't matter. Don't forget, everybody, hit that like button. Let's see if we can get up to 10,000 before we go. We're at 8,300. Also, don't forget to hit follow. I go live every single night. Aiden, I thought you were a subscriber. Anyway, Laporta, Otten, Juwan Johnson. Well, let's look it up. I don't know. I don't think any of those guys are listed as injured, or not that I remember, which, as you guys know, my memory is about as good as a leaf. Johnson. Let's see. Yeah, I'd go Sam Laporta. They play Buffalo, but he's actually been wrong mouse again. Let me go here. I mean, Laporta has, as far as tight ends goes, he had 7.9, 14. He did drop a 3.4 against Indy, 14 against Houston, 3.8 against Green Bay, 13. So he's been pretty steady. I mean, the bad thing about Otten is he hasn't really, he had 8.5, but before that he had 4, 3.5, 6, after those 3 weeks where he had really good numbers. So I would go with Laporta, even though, going up against Buffalo, they're a better team defensively, but how are the Bills against tight ends? Let's just see. Yeah, they're number 7. They give up 6.0, but you got to figure with all those weapons, and especially because they're going to run the what out of the Bills, the two-headed monster they have, that I think it's going to be a tough day defensively. Michael Worsley, Jaden Reed, Johnny Smith, Jameson Williams, Darnell Mooney, pick 2. Well, Mooney might be injured. He might not even play. Okay. Jaden Reed, I have a hard time endorsing for anybody because he put 0 up. What was it, last Thursday night, I believe. Okay. And I've been saying for a long time that one of the things I don't like about Green Bay is they pass to a lot of people. Watson, Wicks, Dobbs, Reed, and to Kraft, although tight end numbers are a little bit different. So I don't love the Jaden Reed matchup. It's hard to know when Jaden Reed's going to have a good game and when he's going to have 4 points. Like it's very inconsistent. So I'm kind of putting him on ice. Okay, I would definitely say Jonnu Smith. I'm worried that I would say Mooney because he's actually been doing better than London. However, Mooney's injured, and I'm not sure that he's going to play from what I was reading earlier today. Let me see if I'm right or wrong. He's questionable. He was limited at practice due to a foot injury. Mooney has been dealing with an Achilles injury since week 11, but a new health concern has been swapped in at the start of week 15 prep. He's suited up for all 3 games. In the meantime, Holding and blah, 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 blah. Mooney's status at practice Friday and Saturday likely. Oh, they play Monday night. So yeah, he still has 2 practices to go. So you'll want to see whether or not he's practicing, and you'll want him to be in the full practice. Otherwise, you'll have to go with Jameis Williams, I believe. But I would go Mooney over him. And it was Mooney and Jonnu Smith. Jameson Williams has been a little off points wise. Garendo or Pollard, Eddie, I would go Garendo. Although he has that foot injury, but Pollard is also injured. And the one thing I don't want to do is say Pollard, or I could say Pollard, but I'm not going to. I would still say Garendo. But if you wait for Pollard, he might be ruled out for the game, and then you wouldn't have used Garendo. So I would rather have you use Garendo, who is definitely playing tonight, than wait for Pollard and find out he's not playing. Pick one. Jennings, Cup, or Debo. I would go Cup. Debo obviously has not been putting up any points. Jennings has. He's been a little inconsistent. I would go with Cup. I think he's more consistent out of the 3 of them. Now, Jennings has a higher ceiling, which can get you more points. But at the same time, Cup is probably going to get you somewhere between, 13 to 16 points, and you'll be fine. Jameson Williams or Debo. Oh, boy. Let me look up. Let me see here. I bet you the experts go with Debo. I don't know that I would go with Debo. He's not been putting up any points, or nothing consistent. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Let me just see what Debo's been doing. Has he really not put up any points? 4, 2. Oh, wait. Yeah. I mean, Debo's had 4.5, 2, 2, 2.6, 4.5, 2, 2.6, 4.1, 10.1, 10.6. I mean, at least Jameson Williams in the last, he's gotten 10, 7.1, 9.3, 20.6. I would go with Jameson Williams because his bad games are better than Debo's bad games. Is that a weird way to say it? Hey, Aiden, subscribe for the first time. Thank you, Aiden. I swear to God, Aiden, I didn't do that to that. I thought you were a subscriber, but thank you. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you're still around. Thank you. All right. Jameson Williams or Debo. Did I just answer that? I was answering that, right? I would go Jameson Williams. Sanford or Kyler? You mean Stafford or Kyler? I'm not trying to be like a teacher. I'm saying that's who you. I'm literal sometimes, and in my head, I'm going Sanford. I bet you meant Stafford or Kyler, right? Let's look. Don't forget to hit that follow button if you're on TikTok. I go live every single day. I love saying it like that. Okay, Stafford. Oh, dude, I can't pronounce your name. CBX, Darnold or Purdy. I had this question earlier tonight, and I went with Darnold. Because it's relatively close, but because Darnold has been playing so much better over the last few weeks, I think he has some momentum going his way, and so I would go with Darnold. Plus, they're playing the Bears. Uh, I think that the Rams are better than the Bears, and I think it's no, I think the Rams are better than the Bears, so I think it's a better matchup for Darnold. Jeez. Jameson Williams or Debo, I'd go Jameson Williams. Debo hasn't been putting up points. I'm Stafford and Kyler. That's what I was looking at. Okay. God, see, my ADHD is all over the place. They're saying Kyler. Oh, Kyler Murray plays New England, so yeah, I would go Kyler Murray over Matthew Stafford. New England is not a very good team. It's a better matchup. If you're comfortable with Stafford, he's not been playing as well as he had over maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago. But Reed or Andrews, Jaden Reed or Andrews, the tight end, James Franchina. Well, Andrews has been putting up some good points. Let's just see. I bet you they say Reed. I would not go. I just have a hard time endorsing Jaden Reed when he got a 0 for an entire game. Mark, I'm assuming you mean Mark Andrews. Yeah. They play Seattle. But see, here's the thing. Baltimore plays the Giants. The Giants against tight ends. Where are we at? They're 18th. I think Andrews can have one of, an Andrews type game against the Giants. I just think Jaden Reed, and I said this, like maybe 10 minutes ago, I think Jaden Reed has, hey, almighty, so how are you? I think it tells me to thank Aiden. I believe I thanked Aiden, but almighty, so you will be next. I mean, Andrews, let me just look at it real quick. I mean, he's had 15, 13, 3, 15, 3. He's putting up better numbers than Reed week in and week out. He's much more consistent. Jameson Williams or Debo, I answered that one. Jameson Williams. Thielen or Garendo? Great question. I would actually say Thielen here. I do, because I think Thielen can get you 13 to 16 points. Grendo might have a higher ceiling, but also that foot injury worries me. All right, I got to look for Almighty, though. I would go Thielen on that one. Aiden, Ray McLeod. Okay, Aiden, I will get to you in a second. I promise. Let me just look for. There's Aiden again. Good. All right. Who was this? This was Almighty something. Okay, where's Almighty's question? I'll get Mike Evans or AJ Brown. Oh, yeah. Seriously? Those are two names that are not putting up numbers right now. I will get to you next, Aiden. I promise. Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah, AJ Brown goes up against Pittsburgh, and because of that, I would go with Mike Evans playing the Chargers. They're not very good against wide receivers. They are picked up the wrong mouse, of course. Wait a second. Pittsburgh. It's 14th. They give up 20.7 points. So they're not awful, but the Chargers, well, the Chargers got better. They're 22nd. They give up 25.1. So it's almost a 5-point difference. So for that, I would go with Evans. Okay, let me go to my new subscriber, Aiden. And guys, if you want to subscribe, it's $2.99 a month. You get to DM me all you want. Thank you, Almighty So, for the additional roses. I do appreciate it. Let me just see here. Tyler's back, Almighty So. Where did Aiden? Ray McLeod, Sincere McCormick, DeAndre Swift, Otten, pick 2, 1 flex spot and 1 running back spot. Oh my goodness. Wow. You're either in a really deep league or there's not a lot of options. Ray McLeod, Sincere McCormick, Swift. They are playing Minnesota or Otten. If it was like a month ago, I'd say Kate Otten, but yeah, I would go Swift and McCormick on that. I would go Swift and McCormick. They should put Kate Otten's not really putting up a lot of points, and Ray McLeod is not. Well, let's see. He's gotten 12, 11, 7. Well, he's not as. I mean, Sincere McCormick. Let me just look up this. Yeah, I would. Oh, they played Atlanta. Atlanta against the run. They're better against the run, though. Yeah, I would actually go Ray McLeod and DeAndre Swift. I would go Ray McLeod and DeAndre Swift. I would not go with McCormick. All right. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Anybody else who wants to subscribe, it's that easy. It's $2.99. You probably have 1 month left. You get to DM me on TikTok. I'll answer your questions. I'll add you to the list that's on the screen right below me. So that way you're on all of my lives and any videos I make from the lives. We're at 8,600 likes. Can we get to 10,000? Can we get to 10,000? We have probably 30 minutes before people start really logging off. Thank you, Aiden. All right. Blue dot, green dot, I can't even tell. Garendo or Dottle. I would in this case, and I've had this decision myself on one of my teams. I would use Dottle, and here's why. With Garendo playing, my fear is he re-injures that foot, or he comes out, or they don't play him as much. So if you have a choice, plus Dottle is up against the Panthers. Panthers aren't very good against the run. He should have a good game. All right. That's where my mindset is. Now, if you didn't have Garendo and you had like somebody who's probably injured, like Walker or something, I might say start Garendo. But since you have a healthy Dottle, I would go with Dottle because he is healthy. Cup or Mike Evans and why? All right, Daniel, you know why I'm here. This is what I love. I would go with Cooper Kupp. He's been much more consistent than Mike Evans, number one. Mike Evans is also dealing with a hamstring injury. He's an older guy. That's going to be tougher to, feel better. I think his lower numbers over the last few weeks probably have something to do with that hamstring. Cooper Kupp pretty much 3 out of 4 weeks is getting you over 13 points, except the 1 week where he got like 2 points against, I think, Atlanta or whatever it was. So you got to figure that, Kupp tonight, Puka and Kupp, they'll be putting up their normal 13 or more, or let's just say 12 or more points tonight. And that's why I would go with Cooper Kupp. He's much more consistent than Mike Evans has been since Mike has returned from his injury. Debo or Tillman this week? Well, Debo's not been putting up any points. I mean, this is not I know what the experts are going to say. They're going to say Debo. But Debo, if you look at his points over the last, 4 weeks, he's not putting up anything. Like literally 4 points is what he's doing. Tillman goes up against Kansas City. Let's see what Tillman's been doing. 1.8, 6.2. Oh, or no, wait a minute. What? He's questionable. Wait a second. Wait, what? Oh my God, am I losing my mind? Yeah, why does this say Denver? Oh, this whatever webpage I'm at is all wrong. Yeah, they play Kansas City. Maybe he didn't play in the last 2 games. Oh, I don't think he did because of the concussion. Yeah. Let's see. I guess in this case, I would go with Deebo Samuel. Tillman just hasn't been putting up very good numbers. Deebo hasn't either, but at least Deebo, they run him sometimes, they pass to him. He wears a lot of hats for the team. So I would go with Deebo Samuel. But honestly, I don't think either one is a very good pick. And somebody on the chat, and I love it when they do, Matthew Doxwell says Tillman. I don't know if that little caret above it is he's coming off a concussion. Yeah. Tillman. I would go with Deebo Samuel if I have to make a decision between those two. And I don't feel comfortable making that decision. Axel Evans is here. Thank you for the rose, Axel. You will be next if I can find your question. Axel. Axel, Guerrero or Aaron Jones? Okay, here's the deal. Or Grendo. I keep saying Guerrero. Jeez. Guerrero obviously is playing tonight. He's active, and that's great. But you have Aaron Jones, and Aaron Jones is playing the Bears, and the Bears against the run are not very good. They're tied for 29th. They give up 25.2 points to running backs on average over the last 4 weeks. Now, Aaron Jones, well, let me just, before I assume anything, you know what that does to me. Let me look up Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones had 15, 8, 18, 4. There for a while, he wasn't doing so well, but he plays Chicago. Did they play Chicago already? Let's see. Yeah, he had 18 points against Chicago 3 weeks ago. I would go Aaron Jones because my fear with Guerrero, and here's the thing. I have Guerrero on, I think, all 3 of my teams, but on 2 teams, one he's on the bench. I think I only have him on 2 teams. One he's on the bench for this week. The other one, because I need running backs badly, he's starting. So for that reason, Guerrero could re-injure that foot. Maybe they put him at 50% this night, so he doesn't re-injure it. He's ginger on it. They relieve him a little bit more. Maybe he comes out of the game early like Bucky Irving. For that reason, since you have Aaron Jones, I would just plan to put Aaron Jones in. He's healthy. Well, he's got a questionable back. He was limited in Thursday's practice, which probably is not a bad sign since it's Thursday and it's late in the season, so he'll probably play. So I would go Aaron Jones over Guerrero. Guerrero is definitely playing tonight, though. Let's see. He appears likely to suit up. Yeah, it says Aaron Jones probably will suit up. So if it looked like Aaron Jones wasn't going to play, I would say put Guerrero in as well, because I would rather not have you hold a spot for Aaron Jones and then you find out that he doesn't play and then you get a big goose egg. All right, Angel is here. Thank you, Angel, for where's Angel's question? Axel? Brock, Clay, grant me. Let's see. Where's Angel's question? Angel, I'm not seeing your question. You seeing it, Nathaniel? Angel? I see Axel. It's one of 3 reasons, like I always say, hey, RET, you don't need to spam. We have Sutton or Pacheco. I would probably go with Pacheco. I think there's Angel's question. I would go with Pacheco. It's a safer play. He should get 20 touches, 20 targets, or 20 rushing attempts. So he should have a good number, 13-ish. Sutton, on the other hand, well, they play with Indy. Sutton could have a good game. I guess if you want to take the risk and go with Sutton, you can because he might have a higher ceiling. Where Pacheco will probably top out at 13 or 14 points. Sutton could get you close to 20, but he could also get you like 8 or 9 or 10. So you got to pick your poison, if you will. That was for the question you answered yesterday. Oh, okay. Thank you, Angel. No problem. I appreciate it. All right. Have Mixon and BJ at running back. Wait a second. BJ at running back. Is it Brian Robinson Jr.? Bijan? Have Mixon but need flex. Kamara or Garendo both are questionable. Well, let's look up Kamara. We know Garendo is definitely playing tonight. So let's look at what Kamara is listed as. Kamara is obviously questionable. Was not spotted at Thursday's practice. The good news is Kamara is dealing with this is the guy with the illness. Yeah. Until we know he is removed from the report. In the event Kamara misses, oh boy. Wait. Everything jumped on me. Where? This was Kamara and Kamara. Ooh, sometimes I hate my voice, huh? Don't forget to hit those likes. We're at 9,000. Let's get to 10,000. What was it? Was it Garendo and Kamara? Oh my God, where did you go? Who do you have winning tonight? Asked the moderator. Moderator, you're making more work for me. And how do you have two people? You have sideline fans and you have Ron. I saw somewhere where everyone's picking the Rams tonight. I kind of picked San Francisco. Wasn't oh my God. It was Kamara and who else? Come on. It was after Angel's note. Oh, there we go. Okay, flex, Kamara and Garendo. Look, here's the thing. Garendo's going to play. Kamara might not play. I don't want to advocate you holding a spot for Kamara, not playing Garendo, and then Kamara doesn't play. Play Garendo. Get the points that you can. Okay. I know that this sounds like panic. It's not panic. It's business. Okay. If you don't play Garendo and you hold it for Kamara, and Kamara doesn't play, then you get no points for that spot. Play Garendo. What is it? A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. That's what I would kind of compare this to. All right. You just take what you can. Maybe you get 8 points tonight off of Garendo, but you might get 0 off of Kamara. All right. Jennings, JSN, Tyreek, start 2. I have Garendo and Kittle on my lineup as well. Jennings, JSN, Tyreek. Ooh. Well, let's see. Tyreek goes. Tyreek's been putting up some good numbers. Yeah, Houston Texans are really bad against the pass, so definitely Tyreek. They give up 29.4 points to the pass. I think JSN is sort of a steady pick. He's been putting up good numbers. Jennings is a little bit more inconsistent. Let me see if there's any new news on Isaac. I don't think there is. He's not listed in any injury report. He's active for 15, so for tonight, so he's good to go. All right. But let me look. Hold on. Start Garendo or JT. You got to start Garendo. He's playing tonight. Okay. Jennings. Okay. So we already said Tyreek is 1, Bird Strong 0311, 0311, however you say it. Jennings or JSN? They're going to say, well, let's see. Let me get this for you. JSN. Yeah, they're saying Jennings. Yeah, and JSN goes up against Green Bay, where Jennings goes up against the Rams. The Rams, well, let's see. The Rams, they're 18th. Green Bay is 7th. Yeah, it's a better matchup for Jennings. So I would go with Jennings, play him tonight. All right. Nalosh, 24. Is that a capital I or an L? Niosh. Brian Robinson Jr., Garendo, Thielen, Jennings. I would go Brian Robinson Jr. I know he might not be the sexiest player, but he's pretty steady, getting right around 13 points. All right. I'm picking two: Jennings, Thielen, Garendo. I would actually go, because of Garendo's injury and the fact that you have an option. If you didn't have Thielen, see, right now I'm thinking Brian Robinson Jr. and Thielen. Thielen's played well against tough teams. He's playing Dallas. They're not a tough team. He should do pretty well. All right. I would go Brian Robinson Jr. and Thielen. If you want to maybe go for a higher upside, you could either pick Jennings or Garendo, but there's risk to that. The risk with Jennings is he has been inconsistent. The risk with Garendo is he comes out in the first half because he re-injures the foot, or they don't play him as much as they normally would because they don't want him to re-injure it. You know, like rather than, I don't know, 15 carries, he has 10. So his numbers will probably be down because of that. All right, let's see. Don't forget, oh, we are at 10,000. Way to go, everybody. 10,000 likes. Purdy or Golf, you got to go Purdy. Purdy should still have a pretty good game tonight. I have the Raiders running back Shemek. Should I play if K9 is out? Oh, my God. Who is that guy? Let me look up. Where are we at here? Depth charts, Las Vegas. Okay, you spelled it wrong because I'm looking at Shemek. You mean Sincere McCormick? If it's Sincere McCormick with the Raiders, you could try. I mean, I think, well, what did he have? Like 8 points? At least you get something out of him. Come on. What is up with this computer tonight? Hold on one second. I should just get out of that. Sorry, I'm talking to myself, but I'm just going to get out of that. Let's see. Sincere McCormick had 9.9 points against Tampa Bay. They play Atlanta. Atlanta against the run. Now, Atlanta against the pass is the worst team in the NFL. Atlanta against the run is actually decent. They give up 14.2 points on average. So you figure that Sincere probably gets somewhere between 10 to 14 points would be the hope. Maybe I'm being a little optimistic, but that's what I would look for. Dr. Tank. All right. Pick two: Garendo, James Cook. Cook has a tough matchup. Jonathan Taylor, Zach Charbonneau. I would pick Garendo. The only problem with Charbonnet, I said Charbonneau. I apologize. Charbonnet. I would go Garendo and I would go Charbonnet. However, you got to make sure that Walker's in playing. If Walker's in playing, Taylor's not a bad option. Cook goes up against Detroit, and I think it's going to be a tough day. Now, he'll still put up points, but he might be stymied a little bit. Okay. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Caden is asking kind of the same question. Oh, someone now has all different names. Okay. Hold on. Caden has James Cook or Garendo. I would go Garendo because I think Cook is going to have a tougher day against that Detroit defense. They're very good against quarterbacks and against wide receivers, and they're not bad. They're like 12th or 9th or something against running backs. So I would go Garendo. Sit one, Judy Amari Najee. I would sit Amari. I think Najee will put up points and Judy should continue his solid pace. Pick one: Pollard, Tyreek, McLaurin, or say Flowers. Yeah, I would go Tyreek. It's a good matchup. It's a very good matchup against Houston. They're not very good against wide receivers. They are, in fact, 31st. They give up 29.4 points. So based on matchups, I would go that way. All right. Rayan. Don't forget, everybody, to follow me on TikTok and hit that like button. We're at 10,000. Can we get to 11,000? We probably have like 20 minutes before everybody goes to watch the game. Okay, Zach Campbell. Wait, oh man, everything's going. Okay, Rand, that's who I am. Hubbard, Achan, B Rob, or Doddle. Well, that's a good problem to have, dude. I would go Hubbard. Well, let's look at, hold on. I'm going to sneeze again. Or it feels like I am. I hate that. Okay. Remember, folks, Pollard is injured. So you'll want to make sure that he plays. Okay. Is it? Okay. Where am I? Good luck, everyone, in your fantasy playoffs. Appreciate you. All right. Good luck to you, Caden. Thanks for that. Actually, I appreciate it. Yeah, I would start Jennings in front of Pollard because I don't know that Pollard's going to play. Jennings or London. Well, here's the thing. It looks like Mooney might be injured, which would help London. I would maybe go London on this one and just gamble that Mooney doesn't play or that London finally comes out of his shell. Garendo, Myers, Sutton's where man, everything's moving so fast. Hold on one second. I know I sound stupid when I say that. This was it. Hubbard, Achan, B Rob, or Doddle. B Rob gives you almost 13 points every week. Hubbard has a great matchup. Washington has a great matchup with B Rob. And where are we at here? Yeah, Houston against the run. Now they're pretty good against the run, which doesn't help Achan. Doddle against Carolina. I mean, you could go Hubbard, Doddle, B Rob. The only thing about it is I think Achan could put up more points than Doddle, but he has a tougher matchup than everybody else. So you could go with everyone but Achan, but he's been put. Well, let's just see. I keep saying he. Let's look it up. Achan. Yeah, 15, 17, 19, 18. Yeah, I'd go Achan. I mean, the guy's a machine. He's just a machine. Last 4 weeks, he's been over 13 points. So I would go Hubbard, Achan, and who was the other guy? It wasn't Doddle. Hubbard, Achan, and B Rob. I would go Hubbard, Achan, and B Rob, but not by much. I mean, any three of them should be good. Okay, Nicholas Perez, start pick 2. Garendo, Myers, Sutton, Stevenson, Ridley. Boy, you gave me a lot there. I think Myers has a good matchup. I would go Myers. I don't like Ridley or Stevenson. They're not very consistent. I would definitely go Myers, and it's a question of do you want to go with Garendo tonight or do you want to go with Sutton on, I'm assuming he plays Sunday. I know he does. Yeah. Oh, against Indianapolis. Indianapolis against the Pass. The what? Oh, that's running backs. Indianapolis against the Pass is actually number 2. Really? So that doesn't help Sutton out. Okay, I'd go Garendo and Myers then. I'd go Garendo and Myers, Nicholas. Start 3. Puka, Cup, Scary Terry, or well, you got to go Justin Jefferson. You got to go Puka, and I would go Scary Terry. I think San Francisco is pretty good against wide receivers. They only give up 19 points, so Puka's probably going to get the bulk of the points. Terry should be good. Why are they never where they're going up against New Orleans? New Orleans against the Pass is 25th, so that helps Scary Terry. And the Vikings go up against the Bears, and the Bears are 19th against wide receivers. So yeah, I would go Puka, Terry, and Jettis or Jefferson. Isaiah Pacheco, Sincere McCormick, Bucky Irvin, Jalen Warren. I'd go Pacheco, and then you're going to have to. If Bucky can play, I'd go Bucky. Jalen Warren isn't the number 1 running back in Pittsburgh, and he's not going to be against Philadelphia. Sincere McCormick has a pretty good matchup against the Raiders. So if Bucky can't go, I'd go Sincere McCormick, but I would definitely start Pacheco. I think this is the week he finally gets, back to normal when it comes to rushing attempts. Start two: Juwan Jennings, Jerry Jeudy, Jacoby Myers. I would say Jacoby Myers, based on the matchup, the Falcons are the worst against wide receivers defensively. Jerry Jeudy should give you 14 points. Now you could swap out Jeudy for Juwan Jennings because Jennings could give you like 8. He could give you 18. So, but I would probably go Jeudy and Jacoby Myers. Dottle, Tracy, Waddle, Garendo. Start two. Look, since you have Dottle and Tracy, I would probably go Dottle and Tracy, although the Giants play Baltimore. That might be tough on Tracy. So you might want to go Dottle and Garendo and leave out Waddle and Tracy. Because Tracy goes up against Baltimore. Baltimore is not as good against running backs as they were earlier in the season. They've dropped a little bit. They're now 12th. They give up 15.8 points, but their defense against wide receivers is number one in the NFL over the last 4 weeks. So I think it's going to be a tougher day for the Giants than they're used to or that they've had over the last few weeks. Williams, Pollard, or Tracy. If I start Williams, hold on, I have 4 players just tonight. Okay. Let me look this up. I would. Pollard might be injured, and it looks like Pollard to me isn't going to play because. Let me just make sure here. Hold on. Yeah, he popped up on the injury report on Wednesday and hasn't practiced today. I have a feeling Pollard might not play. So you might have to decide between Williams and Tracy. So the Williams you're talking about. Oh, Kyron Williams, obviously. Because see, like I said, I get real literal, and then I'm like, well, wait a minute. I wasn't thinking about Kyron Williams at all. I've not had one question about him. Yeah, I would go Kyron Williams, definitely. And I would probably go Tracy because of Pollard's injury. Because Tracy's at least going to get some points. Garendo or Aaron Jones, had that question earlier. Because of Garendo's injury and the fact that Aaron Jones plays Chicago and they're not very good against running backs. They're 19th. I should know this because I've said it like a dozen. They're 29th, rather. I would go Aaron Jones. It's a matchup thing. I don't want Garendo to be taken out of the game early. You're welcome, Bird Strong. Let's see here. Barca, start 3. JJ, DJ Moore, Cup, MHJ. I would go JJ, DJ Moore, and Cup. MHJ is highly inconsistent. Cup is consistent. JJ's pretty consistent. I don't think he's been putting up the numbers that he normally does, but I mean, I have a hard time saying don't play Jefferson unless, like he has a bone sticking out of his head or something. 28, 13. Okay, he did get 3, 11, 7.3. Okay, he's out of that stretch though. Against Atlanta, he had 28. Chicago, they're not great, like I said, against it. So I would definitely go JJ, DJ Moore, and Cup. MHJ is just really inconsistent, and I wouldn't want to start him. Jordan Addison or Amari Cooper, I would go Jordan Addison. Pollard, no practice with high ankle injury, still over Debo? No, I would play Debo. Because here's the thing, if you hold the position for Pollard,